Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I just got a few extra minutes in the day today, so I thought I might just quickly throw in the radiator for the K24 Civic that we're doing. So hopefully I can throw that in without any trouble. We'll install the K24 heater hoses, and we'll put the radiator hoses in, and we'll also tighten it up with the clamps. So that's our plan today, so let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so I just went ahead and protected everything that was brand new, like my RBC manifold and my TPS and my skunk 2 manifold, anything that can possibly scratch. My radiator split that I just painted, so we're going to try and squeeze it through here and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I tried squeezing it in and it's just not going to go in. I think I'm going to have to take out these fans and put them in later. So I'll take off these fans. There's only 10 mils, easy enough to do, so I'll take them off. But this side here is going to be tricky because the alternator is right there, so we're going to have to trim it. Alright, so I'm gonna have to, there's a nut on the other side which is stupid. I'm gonna have to take this whole thing off, so not the actual fans but the actual fan shroud. Alright, so we stripped it, the Elusive Racing K-Swap radiator, took the fan and shroud off, so let's see if it fits. Alright guys, so we got a little issue. I don't have any rubber grommets here on these, so the radiator is actually sitting metal on metal and it's sitting way lower than it should be. So we kind of want to raise it a bit higher, and it's sort of leaning a bit on an angle here close to the alternator. So I'm gonna make I'm thinking about making myself rubber grommets here just to lift it up a little bit. Had a look around, had a old Turbo Smart cooler pipe, so I just did a bit of a cutout. So I'm just gonna put it like this, two on top of each other, should fill in the gap. Alright, so that should fill in the gap. Pretty much like that's what it looks like. So I just put it there, fills in the gap. What I'm gonna do, well, hopefully it works. I'm gonna drill a hole here, drill a hole there, and then this will fill in the gap and it will raise the radiator up. And then the little holes will be for the locators here. So hopefully this will work. Alright, so the holes are drilled as you can see. So I already tested it on the radiator and the holes are perfect, 11 mil. So we'll go ahead and slide it in and hopefully it stays straight. Alright guys, after about 30 minutes of mucking around, just trying to fit it all, make it line up straight and evenly without it rubbing on the radiator support here. I've put up a couple of vacuum lines here just to make sure that it doesn't rub, and make a little hole in the radiator while we're on the racetrack here. I've also done it here too where it was a little bit touching, so I'll secure that with a bit of glue. Alright. So I had to put this bracket that we cut off before back on. So this bracket here, I'll put it upside down too to raise it up a little bit, but I had to put that on because the radiator was tilting a little bit down and it wasn't sitting right. so I've fitted the radiator on. As you can see, it touches a little bit here and over here, so I put the vacuum line in, but she's nice and straight. And the bracket that I put in is perfect, so it holds it up nice, nothing rubs. Put a bit of rubber between the radiator and the bracket so we get no chafing. Alright, so it's a little bit mucking around. I just want to get it right. I don't want nothing rubbing, because I've had a radiator and rub on the chassis before, and it's not real good when you're stuck in the middle of nowhere and you get a little bit of a pinhole and it starts to leak, and yeah, you're in all sorts of trouble. You got to weld it up, take it out and weld it up and all that stuff. So I kind of want to take my time and do it once, do it right. So I'm just like fitting it on, just making sure that nothing touches, you know, anything that I can do. Even at the back here, not too sure if you can see, I've put rubber vacuum hoses here too, just because it was rubbing a little bit there. Imagine the engine going back and forth. You can see the marks here. So I've put these rubber vacuum lines here just against the chassis, so you can see there. Alright, so we're going to make a bracket for this top mount here now to line up with the existing bolt here. So it's just a little bracket, shouldn't be that hard. So I believe I got some scrap aluminium. So I've got aluminium pieces here that I can reuse. Like I've got this guy here. Essentially you only need bloody, you know, 2 holes, is it? So it doesn't have to be fancy, it's just got to do the job to hold the radiator really. Alright, so here's the semi-finished product. So just a little aluminium bracket here. Just gonna butt it up to there, and that's it. Should be held securely. Got 3 mounting points down the bottom, 1 on top here, and that'll be it. And then we'll just hook up the radiator hose and the heater hose, clamp it all up. While that dries, we'll go ahead and try and fit the fan in now. Alright guys, so radiator's touching, so I'm just gonna make a little cut here just to clear it all. There we go. I've cut a slot out to clear the alternator hopefully, so we'll go ahead and fit it up. Alright, pretty dark, but I don't know if you can see, but it's cleared the alternator, so that's pretty good. I'll just take it back out and clean it up a little bit because it looks kind of dodgy. Finally tightening up these radiator bolts, fan bolts. Oh, something so simple makes it so complicated. Alright guys, so I'm going to put the radiator hoses in now. So this is the elusive K-swap ones. So this is obviously the top, and then you have the bottom one, and these are the heater hoses that go at the back here to the heater. Alright, so I've just dummy fitted this on, and it's a little bit kinked up, so we're gonna have to trim it a little bit. So it kinks up in the middle because it's too long, so I'm going to trim off a couple mil here, and then we'll slide onto the top and it should be alright. Alright, so I just trimmed off a little bit, slowly. Remember, you can always trim and take off, you can never put back on. So you don't want to trim too much off, or else you're screwed, you'll get a new hose. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Took off like, you know, 2 mil. It's just enough. It kicked up real bad here before because it's too long, but looks alright now. Looks alright. So that's okay. The bottom hose. Alright, I just dummy fitted the bottom hose, it's weird. I've got to fucking cut it here, right? This is a K24 swap bloody radiator kit. I don't know. I've got to cut it here just to make it fit. So here we go. Alright guys, so the Elusive Racing radiator is in with the radiator hoses. Alright guys, so we're just putting the heater hoses on. It's not going to work with this little bracket here. So it's going to make it go crook. So it's going to make it go towards this section over here. So we want it to go over here. So I'm just going to probably run it without the bracket. So I'll take out the screws and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to run it like this. It's basically just a valve just to bring coolant from the engine into the heater coil, into the dash. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere, so I'm going to run it like that. So I'll just basically just cut off the old one. We don't need that no more. So I'm gonna cut a little slit here so we can join this over here, and it'll be closer to the cable there. So that's how I've sort of done it here. So I'll just ran it straight. Just held on a couple of cable ties onto that cable there. So we'll just go ahead now, rattle the hoses properly, and just clamp them up. Alright guys, after a couple of minutes of mucking around, it's all in. Yeah, just had to worry about this valve here, which is the valve which allows the coolant to go in to the heater coil. So that just clamp it up there. It's rubbing a little bit here. I don't like rubbing, so a bit of felt material in between and a bit of cable ties, so that's all good to go there now. Alright guys, so I think one more thing that I'm going to knock off before I end this video is the accelerator cable. So as you can see here, it's the OEM one. It's pretty long and ugly, so it loops around all the way around here and it doesn't fit properly. So I managed to order this hybrid racing OEM replacement for K-swaps, for EGs. So as you can see, it's a little bit shorter, hopefully look a little bit neater. So the first thing we got to do is get inside and unclip it from the pedal side, and then we'll just go ahead and quarter turn this one. It just locks in by quarter turning, and it should come out. Alright, so that is out. So it clips on that bit. So you just push these two little tabs in on the back of the accelerator cable, and then it should just pop out. So that's how I did that. So this one straight into the bin. Alright, just took it out of the packet. We're just gonna slide this bad boy through the firewall. For a firewall. I can already tell it's gonna be bang on, eh? Look at this. Hook that up there for now, and then it's just gonna sit. Look at this. Beautiful. Perfect. It's gonna sit bang on like this. Alright guys, so the accelerator cable is in. So I'll adjust it when we get it running. But for now, I think that's it for this video. We've done quite a bit to it, to the Track Civic. We put the radiator in, trimmed the fan shroud, made it all line up. Nothing hits, made the bracket of course. Put the radiator hoses in, tightened it all up. We fitted the heater hoses in, tightened all those up. Accelerator cable as you just saw. So yeah, just trying to knock off things here and there when we got a chance. I think the next thing that I'm gonna do is install the shifter cable, and I'm gonna screw the the base into the car. So I got my hybrid no cut shifter base there, and I've got my Honda Accord shifter box here. So I'll hook up all the cables and all that stuff there. So we're almost there. Yeah, if you like what you've seen, like and subscribe. Tell all your mates. Still plenty more on the Track Civic, as you can see. We're almost there. So like and subscribe. Tell all your mates, and I'll see you guys in the next video.